We came into existence in 2009. I worked at Legal Services of Eastern Missouri, Thomas worked at the Public Defender's office, and John worked in the clinics at SLU.
That, in addition to our coursework at St. Louis University and the professors we met, led us to identify a gap in services for the indigent in the St. Louis region. There's the public defender that does criminal work and does a great job. Legal Services does mostly civil work and does a fantastic job. The problem is, due to lack of funding, they're unable to coordinate on any serious level, and they also are unable to meet the third need that a lot of our clients have, which is need for social services, whether that be mental health treatment or substance abuse treatment. 80% of our indigent clients have got either a mental health problem or a substance abuse problem, sometimes both. So that's a real unmet need.
We saw that there was sort of a gap in terms of services that were being provided, and we also realized that there are people that are in the working poor area. I mean, they can't afford a private attorney, but they don't qualify for the services of the existing nonprofits that are out there in the existing public defender system. So our attempt was to kind of create an organization that can address that sort of unmet population.
The indigent are being, as strange as it sounds, given that they don't have the financial resources to pay, they're being exploited financially through fines, court costs, expenses that for you and me, if we got something as simple as a traffic ticket or a municipal ordinance violation and the court asked us for $300 or $400, that'd be a lot of money, of course, but it's not an insurmountable amount of money. Whereas if you are indigent or either working poor, that money is a substantial amount and is the difference between making it on a weekly and monthly basis.
We have support from a lot of members in the community, but it's not to the level that we can. There are many clients that we have to turn away because we just can't handle them. The capacity isn't there for us to do that. So we do look for funding actively, but at this point in time it's primarily from donations and a few contracts we have with the city. So.
We rely on donations from the St. Louis community. People have been very generous with a new organization. We make our own contributions. We donate our time, most importantly, and our board members donate their time as well. And there's a series of attorneys in the community who've donated their time and resources to us, and probably more importantly, just the willingness to pick up the phone when we call and say, hey, we're 3 new lawyers who had this great idea, but we need a little guidance on how to proceed. So there's been a very generous response from the legal community along those lines.
What we'd love to have is a social worker on staff. At this point in time, we don't. But if we could be that sort of an organization that has a one-stop shop, where we can do the civil, the criminal, and have a social worker on staff, that would be amazing for us in terms of the benefit that would have for our clients. We could get our clients into programs and other organizations better. We would also be able to coordinate the care a lot more. And so right now, we do work with all these other social workers and social service providers, but we don't have the lingo that they have, and we don't know the exact sort of the best steps for clients.
You asked earlier about funding. I have to say that's our main concern. The 3 of us working and doing the work we can do, we love it, but the goal would be to have a fully functioning organization, and we rely on donations and volunteers from the community. So just to emphasize that need is what I would like to do at this moment.